Hi! Within this lecture, we're going to install the VirtualBox on our Mac OS computer. So if you're using Windows, and in the previous lecture, if you installed the VirtualBox on your machine, you may skip this lecture. So we're going to use the VirtualBox in order to run virtual machines. Actually, VirtualBox is not only way to run virtual machines, but it's the best way if you want a free tool. So if you're using a VMware, for instance, in your own computers, you may continue to use it and you may install the VM versions of the virtual machines that we're going to install in the following lectures. But if you're not using any paid tools, you're more than welcome to use this free tool by following this lecture. So open a browser and go to google.com, where you will Google VirtualBox, okay? It will lead you a website called virtualbox.org. So if you click on it, it will lead you virtualbox.org, where you will find the latest version of the VirtualBox. So they may change this outline in time, of course, but there will be always a download section from here or here where you can click and go to the download page of VirtualBox. In here you will see that VirtualBox platform packages have an OS X hosts. So click on this OS X and it will start downloading for you. And it's around 200 megabytes right now, so it will take a minute or two, so feel free to pause the video and once it's finished, come back and see how it's installed. After your download is done, you may just go to your downloads or wherever you saved it, okay? So let me minimize this. I'm not going to close this because we're going to download one more thing later on. So I'm going to go to my downloads and find the VirtualBox file that I have downloaded. So if I double click on it, it will pop open the VirtualBox installation setup for me. So once it's opened, it's fairly easy to install this. All we have to do is just follow the guidelines, okay? So it will ask you to double click on this package, okay? And once it's done, it will open the installation wizard for you. When you see this picture in here, you may click continue and just hit continue and install. It will ask you for your password or fingerprint. Just supply this and it will finish the installation part for you. So it will be quick, and once it's done, you may say close. And after that, you can go to your applications folder from here and search for VirtualBox. Of course, there's another way to do that. Let me close this and show you how it's done. Right now, we don't need this file, so I'm going to say move to trash, and I'm going to say eject VirtualBox from here. If I hit Command and space on my keyboard, it will open the search for me, where I can search for VirtualBox and hit enter. When you do that, it will pop open the VirtualBox for you. Most probably you won't see this list in here because I have existing virtual machines. So you will see a blank left pane in here. When you're going to install the virtual machines later on, it will be filled up in here as a list for you as well. So don't worry about that. But you have to do some settings before you go on and use this VirtualBox. So whether you go here to VirtualBox preferences, or you can just click on preferences from here to access the settings. We are first interested in the extensions. So I have an old one in here. I'm going to delete it, okay? by clicking on this remove line from here, and it's going to ask me for my password. I'm going to give it. So most probably you will have a blank page in here as well, but maybe you may have an old version here as well. So all you have to do is just click on remove selected package from here and delete it, because we're going to install the latest version, latest extension version. So if you go to virtualbox.org one more time, you will see an extension pack download section in here. You may click on this all supported platforms link and it will download it for you. So it's less than 20 megabytes, so it's going to be rather quick. Once it's downloaded, you may go to your downloads one more time from here or your own finder and double click on this extension pack. So it should ask you something like this, but sometimes it doesn't pop up. So I'm going to show you how to manually install this. Okay, so let me say I disagree, and if it doesn't show you like it's supposed to be, you can click on this add new package from here, and remember we got this from preferences and extensions. If you click on this, you may select the extension pack that you have downloaded before, and now it's going to pop up for you. All you have to do is just click on this install and say I agree. So it's going to ask you for your password one more time, give it, and it's going to install it for you, and you will see the latest version installed in here. So right now you can click on OK, and now you are ready to use the VirtualBox Manager. But before we go on and install our virtual machines, there is one more thing that we have to specify in our settings. So I'm going to go to my preferences one more time, and here actually we have some settings like language. So if you're not satisfied with English, you can change it like I said before, but I'm going to go to network this time. So in here I have previously created networks, and you may have some of them as well, but I'm going to delete them from here. Okay, I'm going to say remove, and as I had done in the extensions part, I'm going to click on this plus sign, add new network, in order to create my network. So what does it do? It allows us to connect to the internet through our own host computer. So we're going to use some virtual machines like Kali Linux, and this Kali Linux won't have any internet connection unless we give it to it. So we're going to use this network in order to connect to the internet, and we're going to use this network in order to make our all virtual machines on the same network as well. So it will give us an opportunity to simulate some attacks on a real network. So it is important for you to complete this step in order to complete this course. So once you do that, click on OK. Now you're ready to go to the next lecture, where we will download some virtual machines and start them on our own computers.